Greetings, dear students. In today's lesson, we're going to deal with giving opinions, talking about advantages and disadvantages. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to list some kinds of volunteering work, identify the advantages and disadvantages of it, apply correctly the new vocabulary in exercises, develop your ideas in a topic discussion. Some keywords are benefits, drawback, voluntarism, emotionally intelligent, empathetic. During the lesson, you will develop the four following skills: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Complete the sentence in as many ways as you can think of. A good person is someone. Here I have given some definitions of a good person. Just think about how difficult is it to define a good person in our life. In our life situations, we cannot find any absolutely good or absolutely bad people. They are subjective, depending on the situation, culture, mental, and physical condition of a person, or even his or her behavior. Let's read together how I have found a good person to be. A good person is someone who is honest and kind. A good person is someone who is emotionally intelligent and empathetic. A good person is someone who makes others feel comfortable. A good person is someone who does no harm. Now just think about some other ways. How would you define such one? Well, remember that in the beginning of Module 8, we just read two stories of two good citizens. Don't forget that good people are characterized by benefits that they give to other people. And this might involve being a hospital, unselfish, being kind, giving without wanting anything in return, sharing what they have, and so on. Here I have given three easy ways, I have introduced three easy ways how to be a good citizen. Help younger pupils with school subjects. Are you good at a particular subject? Are you patient? Younger pupils need your help. Help the elderly in your community. Elderly people are often lonely. Promise to call on an elderly person 2 or 3 times a week. Or you can raise money for charity by organizing a sale with second-hand clothes, cakes, or books. Each time we have dealt with speaking activities, you might have noticed that there is a bank of words or expressions related to the topic. Here I have tried to bring up some for you. Well, at talking about your skills and interests, you can use teaching isn't my thing at all, or you're really good at maths or swimming. I'm not patient enough. I'd rather visit an elderly person. I'm really into vintage clothes. At giving and explaining an opinion, you can find, in my opinion, what I mean is, in fact, to be honest, I think or I don't think. And at talking about advantages and disadvantages, there is a list of expressions such as there are a lot of advantages or disadvantages. One or another benefit is that the main advantage of voluntary work is that there are drawbacks too. One of the main disadvantages of voluntary work is that another disadvantage of voluntary work is that. In this slide, there is a video talking about voluntary, why it is good doing it, and what other benefits it brings. But let's listen to it and find out more together. And now that you got a better idea about volunteering and its benefits, it's time to move on with the discussion. Everybody should do voluntary work. I don't know how much you agree or disagree with that. You can choose also one of these activities, such as help younger pupils with school subjects, help the elderly in your community, or raise money for charity. Well, I wish I could hear your voice since you always come with plenty of ideas and especially with different experiences related to voluntarism. But even voluntarism, like many other topics, has got its own benefits or has got its own pros and cons. Here, I have given um, a general view talking about pros and cons of doing voluntary work. In my opinion, there are a lot of advantages to doing voluntary work. One benefit is that it makes people think about other people who are less fortunate than they are. What I mean is that if you do voluntary work, you will understand the problems that exist in society. Another benefit of doing voluntary work is that you become a better person, less selfish, and more generous. And now let's read some cons. First of all, I agree that there are a lot of advantages to doing voluntary work, but I think there are drawbacks too. One of the main disadvantages of voluntary work is that it can take up a lot of time. What I mean is, voluntary work could stop you helping your own family or friends, or take time away from your studies. Another disadvantage of voluntary work is that you don't earn money, so you are still dependent on your parents for everything. To be honest, I think we should learn to be independent from our parents as soon as possible. Well, I have found also some other reasons for doing voluntary work or even some against it. Well, for doing voluntary work, you can make new friends and contacts, increase your social and relationship skills. Volunteering helps counteract the effects of stress, anger, and anxiety. Volunteering provides a sense of purpose. Volunteering helps you stay physically healthy. On the other side, there are also some drawbacks, such as depending on the type of work you're doing, volunteering can be time consuming. You're not receiving any monetary compensation for your time. Having to work with someone you find difficult can be stressful. Volunteering in certain settings could put a strain on your emotional, mental, and physical health. And now that's your time. Well, in this task, you have to make notes about advantages and disadvantages and about choosing a topic of one of these, such as being an only child, having a pet, being a man or a woman, attending a single sex school, doing sports competitions, or even wearing a school uniform. Once you deal with it, do not forget to send it to me. That's all for this lesson. See you next class. Thank you.